happened?
Leave or I'm calling the police.
Wednesday.
You want to do this now?
You're damn right I want to do it now.
There's only 2 episodes left
You can take the hostility out your voice.
before the Sistas season finale.
You still in love with him?
You got a call that there was a domestic disturbance.
Strap in, because the revelations have just begun.
The guy at the airport was sleeping with him. Take a look.
Wait, what?
Tyler Perry Sistas, all new Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Missniecytv and I'm here to break down the trailer for Sistas Season 6, Episode 20. The trailer starts off with Zach coming in Heather's house asking what happened. What I think happened is Heather got abused by one of her boyfriends, probably because she went missing all day without saying anything, or it was Bones and he's mad at Heather for being the reason that he got beat up. Because it looks like an EMT is wrapping up Heather's arm and she has lots of blood on her. Heather is telling Zach and Fatima to get out of her house before she calls the cops. And I'm like, girl, they're not even there for you. The only reason that they're there is because the nosy neighbor, Cheryl, called them saying that there was a lot of ambulances outside of your home. Of course, Zach and Fatima would show up to check on their child. Knowing the history of everything that goes on in your home, of course they would show up. Heather, what kind of mother are you? Because why wouldn't you want your child's father to show up after hearing that there's plenty of ambulance trucks outside of your home? Knowing that the situation probably involves him getting abused again. Or worse, something happening to you and he doesn't have nobody around to take care of him. The only reason you don't want Zach around is because you know that he will use this situation in court and it will help him get custody of Michael faster. Which will force you not to receive money from Zach anymore because he will have full custody of him. Then we see Fatima talking to Heather trying to defuse the situation, but it looks like Heather's not trying to hear that. I honestly don't understand why Heather is so hostile towards Zach and Fatima when all they try to do is love Michael and provide for him the way that Zach is supposed to as a father and Fatima is supposed to as a stepmother. Over at Danny's, we see her finally making home to talk to Preston, and Danny's like, you really want to have this conversation now? Preston's like, of course I do. Danny, this would be the perfect time for you to sleep around your door instead of trying to sleep around Andy and Gary. This would be the time for you to put your big girl pants on and tell Preston the truth that you really do care about him, but y'all not compatible and you were just trying to force a situation because he was convenient for you. But you found somebody else that you really like and that you want to pursue. There's no need for you to lead him on anymore thinking that it's going to be something when your heart is not even in it no more. And Danny, to be honest, you're not even acting as if you're in a relationship because there's no way that Andy should have convinced you to go over to Jordan's house in the first place. You don't even respect Preston well enough to know that he would not like that at all and you're going to sit up in some other man's face anyway. Preston caught you talking to another man and he knows how you are when you're flirting and you tried to deny like it was nothing. Knowing that it was something, you're trying to play in this man's face anyway. Then we see Gary going over to Hayden's house trying to talk to Hayden about what happened last night with Andy and Penelope. Gary didn't like the way that Hayden talked to him when you came over to his house trying to talk to him about the situation. As soon as it happened, so Gary probably went home and did some digging and found some information on Tamara because Gary was like, how can you tell me about my situation? You don't even know the person that you're married to. Then we see Karen asking Andy if she's still in love with Gary. Karen, you know that girl is still in love with that man because she wouldn't have came to you looking so hurt and saying that he said I wasn't marriage material. Am I not marriage material? How can he say I mean nothing to him after all you shared? I'm like, girl, Andy, girl, you know you in love with that man because you're still holding on to hope that he's going to come back to you and you're going to have that perfect life together, which is never going to happen. I'm sorry to tell you. Back over at Heather's, Heather actually did call the cops on Zach and Fatima. It's the same cop that showed up to Zach's house when Heather called the cops on him. I'm like, this is not a good situation because every time the cops are called, it's the same cop and he's going to believe that Zach is actually doing something because he keeps getting called. Or did Fatima put her hands on Heather again? Over at the salon, we see Karen talking to somebody and she's actually talking to the contractor, Brian, the one that showed up at her house for estimates for the damages in the salon. I think they're meeting up to talk more about the price because Karen says, I think the price is different and Brian says the price is different and I think he was the one that changed the price because he likes Karen. He doesn't come across as someone that has a wife and 7 children. There's another reason that Brian's around and I can't wait for it to come out because I know Tyler Perry is going to write something crazy. We see Jordan on the phone and he's talking to Andy. And I think he's going to tell her, I'm sorry for everything that went down. And I'm not going to hold it against you, but I also understand if you don't want to see me anymore. But I would like to give us a chance. And I think she's going to do it because she really likes Jordan, despite the fact of what happened. I also think she should give him a chance because she might be missing out on her blessing. Like, she needs to experience something new. She needs to experience new love and new opportunities and new blessings. Then we see Tony talking to Danny at the airport, and they're just talking about what happened and everything that went down with Andy, and they were like, we should have beat his ass. And I totally wholeheartedly agree with that statement because there's no way that Gary should have left untouched. And no, I don't condone violence in any shape or form, but you should have got beat up, slapped, kicked, ran over, something. Then we see Preston trying to have another conversation with Danny, and it looks like the next morning because she says something about going to work. And he's like, work. Speaking of work, the guy at the airport, are you sleeping with him? And Danny looks like she's appalled by the question. And I'm like, Danny, you can't even be mad because Preston knows how you get down. You meet somebody one night and you take them back to your house. So I don't even know why you're trying to be offended right now. Knowing Danny, she's probably going to switch the situation on him and manipulate him into believing that it's him when it's actually her. She's probably going to be like, why are you acting like this? You're acting really insecure right now. Are you acting this way because he's black and you're scared that I'm going to leave you for him? Danny would really do something like that. Then we see Gary and Hayden, and they're outside of Hayden's house. Gary gives him an envelope and says, take a look. And you know what he's handing him is a packet of information about Tamara. This is how Hayden will find out that Tamara's not who she says she is. And I know some mess is about to go down, but I also want to know what is Gary's fixation on ruining Hayden's happiness. If he's happy and he found somebody that he loves and is married to, why do you care so much? I know that this situation seems suspicious because they've only been together for a very short time. Love has no time limit, and I think Gary just wants Hayden to hurt the way that Gary is hurt. Hurt people, and that's a shame. Just when we thought that Fatima and Hayden's storyline was over, here we go with it again, because you know this is going to make Hayden go crazy, and he's not going to go down without a fight. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications. Bye!